Jose, did you grow up? Grew up in Texas, Corpus Christi. Did you grow up a fan of Pudge at all? I mean, did you? You were born after Pudge made his major league debut. By the way, I don't mean to make you feel old, Pudge, but you were born in '92.
That's why you and we are good friends. I mean,
yeah, that's good. Good thing. Yeah. So anyway, did you have Pudge on your radar? I know you weren't a catcher then.
No, definitely. Growing up in Texas, obviously you had the Rangers, you had the Astros, and you would get, the Cubs games. But when you looked at a catcher as a young kid, you saw Pudge. You watched what he did. You watch how he threw. You watch how he hit. You watch how he, blocked baseballs, how he took charge of, Nolan Ryan, like all that stuff. And whenever they told me that I was going to be making that transfer to a full-time catcher, there was two catchers I looked at. It was Pudge and it was Yadier Molina. And I was like, these are the dudes that I'm going to try to model my game after. And like Pudge said, like shorter, stockier dudes, same movement, same footwork, just try to do what they do. And definitely Pudge was on the radar. And I think it's definitely something for me, like he said in spring training, like if he's around and you're not asking questions, there's something going on. You're not trying to get better. For me, it's always about getting better and always taking strides forward. And if I'm going to have a Hall of Famer next to me, I'm going to ask him questions. And I don't care if it's a dumb question. For me, I believe no question is a dumb question. So as long as he's around, he's going to be getting questions from me, whether it's about baseball, about life, anything like that. I'll be like, hey, Pudge, what do you think about this? When he came down to the minor leagues, he was like, hey, he managed, I think he was in the dugout for Double-A one time, and he would come and be in my ear like, hey, think about this, do this, what do you think about this? I'm like, all right, got it. And I write that stuff down, that way I can remember it.
It's funny, it's great to Jose say that, because he just mentioned Double-A in Frisco, and when Jose was in Frisco, we have a lot of conversations in the bullpen in practice. Remember when we coming down the tunnel and
yes.
We go down and talk, and he asked me a bunch of questions, and then I stay for the game, and watching him behind the plate, and he knows that I call him, I'm doing this a lot to him during the game when I see a pitch that he shouldn't have been called at the time.
Yeah.
After the inning, I say, Jose, come over here for a second.
Yeah.
I need an explanation why you throwing the slider 3-2 or why you throwing this pitch 3-2. And he gave me like a really good answer. Obviously, some of the answer was kind of like not the pitch that he wanted to, but he just kind of like let the pitcher throw, whatever he wanted in that situation. And I say always to Jose, yeah, but remember, if you have an idea and if you think that is the right pitch, communication is very important. You should call timeout, you should go and talk and sit down and spend a few minutes with him. But he needs to make sure that pitch got to be strike, because if I give him that pitch, he knows that. If I give him the pitch to the pitcher, he better throw it for strike. Because if it's not, I'm going to be all over his butt.
Well,
right, Jose, I always tell you.
Yeah.
And anyway, so it's those kind of things. I like it from Jose, because he always give me an honest and honest answer to me. Obviously, he told me the whole situation doing that pitch that I asked him, and he always a good person to listen and answer questions very well.
Well, Pudge, he's been getting accolades here from, both Woody and John Daniels. They talked to JD talked yesterday about what a big step he made in the off season, which is a great compliment and a tribute to the work that you've done to a certain extent with him and the work that Jose has done. But he was honest with us in the media yesterday, told us, Mathis is kind of helping him. Hey, if you have to go out there and, talk to Corey Kluber, I know he's won 2 Cy Youngs, but, you might have to get in his face. Now, Jose, Pudge's second game, he caught Nolan Ryan, right? So he knows exactly what you're going through.
Before the game, we went to the meetings, and was Tom House was the pitching coach at the time, and I sit in the meeting, and Nolan came into the office, and Tom House pulled out the report, and right after the first batter, he stopped Tom House and looked at me and said, "Hey kid, listen, this is what you need to do. You just put the fingers down, and I say yes, and I say no. All right, but the only thing I want you to do is just be behind the plate, be in the corners, put one fastball, two breaking ball, and change it. That's all the three pitches that I have. And I know, obviously, Nolan Ryan, power pitcher, 90%, 93% of every start that he throws, which is, I know before that meeting, was fastball. Guess what I did? I put one all the time. one there, one here, one there, one here, one there. So obviously that's the pitch that he loved the most. So he ended up pitching 6-7 innings, very good. We win the ball game, and after the game he said, "You call a great game." And I said, "Mr. Ryan, I only put Mr. Ryan, I only put one." And you know the answer back to him? That's funny
classic.
That's good stories that I never forget.
Yeah, classic stuff. And I know, Jose, as we approach this year, getting set to play this shortened season, you have to feel like you're in something of the catbird seat, in that this pitching rotation could really be good. And in a short season, when you've got 5 starters like the Rangers do this year, that, a shorter season can play well in a situation like that, can it?
Yeah, definitely. I know everybody brings a lot of attention to Lance and Mikey and Kluber. You can't forget about Lyles and Gibby, and then our bullpen, especially the back end. You got Leclerc, Montero. We got a great pitching staff, and I'm excited to work with them. Every day I go to the field, it's trying to learn something about them, trying to learn something that they like to do. And it's not just an on-field, relationship. It's in the clubhouse, getting to know them, besides their pitches and what their pitches do, like getting to know them, like, hey, you like to do this. Some of them like to golf, some of them don't. There's a lot of things that goes into that, and I'm very excited to keep going and moving forward.
Yeah, we're proud of you, Jose. Great job, and Pudge, thanks for teaching him how to block balls. Right?
Thank you very much, Jose. All the best for you. Stay healthy. Just be careful, and all the best for you. And I'll see you guys soon, hopefully.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Pudge.
Sounds great, Pudge. Yep. Thanks, Jose.